This is Evan. I'm going to do a quick playthrough of the ambush challenge of Ember Deep, and we're of course going to use chronomancy to do that. So what I'm going to show you first is what it's like if I don't use chronomancy. So if I don't use chronomancy and I just kind of charge in and try and attack these guys directly, I get ripped to shreds. Like even just this one green guy is way more powerful than I am. And I died. So let's restart and see what it's like if we actually use chronomancy. Okay, so the idea of chronomancy is that we're going to set up various versions of ourself that will all fight together in the future. Now, I'm going to kind of set up the first version of myself. And he's going to chill over here and just defend a lot, really. And defending will taunt any nearby enemies. Now, it might look like what I'm doing here is useless, just because I'm not doing any damage, but my future selves will definitely thank me, because while I'm here defending and taunting the enemies, my future self can come in and actually attack these enemies that I'm currently distracting. And I'm not taking too much damage. When I'm defending, I only take something like 2/3 of the damage, so I'm really not losing much. So I just hit R to revert time, and now we are going back in time, and now we're back at turn 0. It's the same as it was back then, except for one difference. I now have my alternate self that I just played through with me. So he is going to kind of follow the same script. He's going to do exactly what I did last time. So he's going to step over here, and then defend a bunch. And that means that I am free to kind of follow him, stand next to him, and attack any enemies that come near him. But before I do that, I'm actually going to do the same thing I just did over here, but over here. And you'll see why in a bit. Okay, so I'm standing here, and then I'm going to hit defend a lot. So I'm here kind of soaking damage, and this would be very good for my third self, or I guess fourth self, whichever one decides to come up here and attack the enemies that are here. If this doesn't make sense, that's to be expected because this is very unintuitive until you start seeing the next versions of yourself that come in and actually attack the enemies. Okay, so now I'm going to make another version of myself, have him go over here, and start attacking any enemies that come near. So as you can see, this gray guy is attacking the guy right there, my previous self, because he is defending, which taunts the enemies to attack him. So I can just stay here and attack him freely. And now he's done, so actually I'm going to go back, because I don't want to tangle with that green guy again. Okay, looks like he's getting distracted by this past self, so I'm free to just attack him. Except my pastime clone just ran out his script. So I can't really do much against this guy, so I'm going to rewind time again. So now I'm going to have another version of myself that will go over here and attack any of the enemies that come over here. So notice how this gray guy is attacking I guess this is my second self, while my fourth self, is up here attacking this guy. And just for kicks, I'm going to go ahead, since I can kill these guys in one hit. So now I'm up here, and I'm going to do the same thing so that my fifth self can come up here and attack these guys. Okay, I'm about to die, so I'm going to time revert. Going all the way back in time, and now I'm back at the start. So I'm going to use this opportunity to grab a heart, because I'm super low in health. And now I grab the heart. So now I actually don't have a time anchor active right now, which means every step I'm taking I'm kind of committing to right now. But anyway, for now I'm going to make a clone over here that's going to deal with all of these enemies. He's going to defend, he's going to taunt them, so that my next self can come in and kill these guys. I think that might be enough, but just to be safe, 1 or 2 more. Now I'm going back in time to where I last placed the time anchor, and now I'm here. So now I'm free to just attack this guy, since he is getting distracted by my past self. Same with this guy. And this guy is going to be attacking me here. So I'm going to maneuver him so he's next to my past self. So they all attack my past self. And I'm realizing I don't have a time anchor, so I might have to go over here and do this again. Defending the bench. Defending even more. And that should be enough. So I'm going to time revert back to my last time anchor. And now I'm here. So this guy is still alive and still defending, so this guy is going to attack him, which means I am free to attack. Okay, now my self from that timeline is gone, so I'm going to back up so this guy now attacks this defending past self. I'm in a pretty good spot. I think this might do it. Got him. Now I'm free to go to the exit. So that's the ambush challenge. Hope you enjoy.